right, everyone. Welcome to our second LOD show of the inaugural season after the restart. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about today. I've got Goose on with me per usual, and we're just going to jump right into it. I mean, there's a glaring issue that needs to be addressed. Goose and I are looking stupid because our co-admin Tez, who we were predicting to dominate his division, be a Super Bowl contender, handpick that Steelers squad, is coming in at a real strong 2-4. I mean, I missed a full week of the season and took multiple force losses, and I have the same record.
I have to say, man, he's been awfully quiet, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, his pass offense has been good. He's had 0 run offense. I mean, I think he's last in the league in run offense. His pass defense is good, but again, I mean, it looks like he's turning over the ball. He's got bad run defense. Alec has been dominating that division from appearances. It's kind of surprising to see.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm just I got Tez's games pulled up here. Let's see who exactly he has gotten his ass kicked by.
Looks like by everybody he's played, just about.
basically everyone, but let's see specifically here. I just want to kind of rub this in here. We've got he lost to Tex America. Tex America isn't bad. That's not too bad of a loss.
I play him today.
And then he lost to Uncle Dave, man. Nothing against Uncle Dave, but that dude's 1-6 right now.
His one win is Tez.
His one win is against Tez. So apparently the theory is true. Without Lamar Jackson, Tez ain't shit.
Lamar is a cheat code. I'm glad Darkside has him, and Darkside fucking sucks. So that limits. Here's
come in.
Speaking of the devil, we've got Darkside joining us right now. Darkside.
We didn't get our shit talking in before he joined, dude.
Oh no, I was just praising you there a little bit, you know?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we're just talking about Tez.
I should be 4-2. I'm just saying.
Man, looking at this list though, Tez isn't the only surprise. CG down there at 2-5 with his Eagles after he was talking a big game about how he's going to come in and win that division. Dude's fucking just licking the floor down there. I mean, dude is eating paste.
Dude, I played CG, and I have to say it's the worst offense I've faced this year. I mean, he basically either runs it up the middle or he throws a slot out basically every play.
Huh.
He just doesn't have shit right now. I don't know what's going on with him, but he really needs to figure some shit out because he's at 2-5. His offense is horrible. His pass defense is horrible. He's turning the ball over. What the fuck, CG?
I heard him last night blaming his receivers. Was that what it was?
His receivers can't beat man coverage. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's funny because I'm pretty sure that's what Eagles fans are saying about their real team right now too. Actually,
hey, maybe that's just to chalk it up to the ratings adjuster guy getting it right.
Right. I'm sure the Dolphins receivers are not much better, and big itty titty whatever it is.
Lucas 424.
I have to say he did change his name back from that atrocity. It's now Lucas 424.
All right.
We can take him seriously now.
Oh yeah, although I did hear maybe Tez got him pretty good before he lagged out or something like that. So so maybe some people are starting to figure him out because he also lost to the Chargers. Was it?
Tex America.
Yeah. Okay. Who just got spanked by the Titans? I saw.
I don't. I mean, does Lucas have? Did he already play his game this week?
Well, here's the thing about Lucas. I actually talked to him last night after he quit. Apparently, he lives with his dad now or something, and his dad has shitternet.
Sure.
So he said he might be quitting if it can't get back. So hopefully he can get that connection figured out because he seems like a decent player, and I'd hate for him to leave.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, that would be a tough loss. Man, there's been I mean, this is a good opportunity to talk about some of our undefeateds. Now that we're talking about like surprise bad performances, the standings as they're currently at are not what I expected. I mean, we've got Alec undefeated, we've got Dr. Malice undefeated, and Tony G undefeated.
Nobody
What's
would
going
have
on,
predicted
guys?
that. There's no way. Like, I didn't know who Tony G was before this. Apparently, he's a badass. Alec kind of came out of nowhere. He didn't really do much in our first few seasons in LOD.
No, he came in talking a lot of shit and then got smacked around, and
Did he
now he
quit the
looks like he's turning
server?
around. Yeah, that's and he's doing it with the Bengals.
Yeah, no, I was, to be honest, he's probably still as good. He's on a good run. I was beating him by 10 with about 4 minutes to go. He went hurry up, and it caught me, I guess, off guard, or he scored quick. And then I threw, I think, my second or third pick six of the game. Yeah, it went. I couldn't recover from that.
So you've actually played Alec. What is his thing? Like, why is he 7-0 in your opinion?
That's a good question. His defense has been better from when I played him in the last reiteration. That, and like I said, I think he had at least 2 pick sixes in our game. He is also doing it with Easton Stick as his starting quarterback, which is pretty impressive because he's like 56 overall or something.
That's crazy.
I think he's found something. I'm not sure what it was. He's hitting tight windows with a terrible quarterback. And so maybe he just found his niche, his scheme, because from everything I heard, he was good last Madden, and then when this
I
Madden
actually
came
think I
around,
know what it is.
terrible.
I could probably answer this very simply. He has fucking John Ross.
Yeah, that's helped. He did go for like 9 catches for like 175 yards against me. But a lot of that was maybe two receptions. Other than that, he couldn't.
I mean,
move the
that's
ball
what
a
made
ton.
Goose tough on the last iteration with the 49ers.
Yeah,
It wasn't like Goose would just beat me because he out-schemed me. It would be, all right, I see fear in a cover 3. Let's quick hike Marquise Goodwin on a seam route and outrun the slow safety.
Try to catch you while you're switching players or something, get you caught on a D lineman.
That's exactly what you did.
That's my whole scheme is try to hike the fucking ball before you're able to get set.
Right. Yeah, so that hurt a ton. He didn't really run the ball a ton on me, but in reality, other than like him hitting Ross a couple of times, and me just playing bad, I just was not tight on offense. Lamar sailed a couple. I think I threw 3 picks in the game. But props to him. He's 7-0. He beat Tez. I mean, whatever. I beat Tez. So,
I mean, at this point in the season, it looks like most people that have played Tez have beat Tez.
I mean, it's looking like Tez might Tez might miss the playoffs, man.
Nah, he'll be fine. Once things shake out, it'll be. I got to look at this, the remaining schedule. I mean, okay. The New Dolphins guy did have had bad internet or whatever, but that was I'm sure that was still a good win. Oops, sorry, son. But yeah, man, I expect him to be fine. He's a 4-time champ for a reason. So.
Do you have CG over at your house? Is that what I hear in the background?
No, I was trying to hurry and hit mute. That's definitely the little son he wants to talk to. So
that sounds like CG back there. I swear to God, I couldn't tell the difference.
So let's talk about Dr. Malice, man. I did plant this seed in the last video. I asked you guys, is Dr. Malice good? Have you updated your opinion of Dr. Malice?
Can we check to see how many force wins he has first? Is anybody on? Actually, I'm on.
He does have 2 force wins. I know for a fact that he has 2 of them. One was against me, and the other was against Lions that we didn't have somebody or something like that, I believe.
Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. Because I mean, he's. Let's see. All right. So forced win against you. Forced win against Fear. Forced win against Lions. Actually, he beat the Lions. I guess that's the new Lions guy. Yep. So he's got 2 forced wins. He's beaten the Raiders. Relax. Okay. He spanked Mets. Trash.
I mean, but this isn't new. Dr. Malice was playing well last season before we hit the restart. Malice is playing well this Madden. I mean, I'm gonna give him his props. I mean,
Yeah,
we've got a few people.
He's made the playoffs in both leagues each season. I'm pretty sure. And then he just ran into me like 2 or 3 times. So
He does have the league's best turnover differential. So he has this ridiculously efficient offense right now.
Well, he's always been conservative, so you just got to know how to beat that. He also has more weapons, I'll say, on this team than he had with the Raiders and with who do you have in Empire? The Cardinals.
He's got a top 5 running attack right now with Dalvin Cook. So
yeah, so he's got Cook, he's got Diggs and Thielen. That helps. Kirk is good enough, I'm sure. And then that defense with a couple X factors, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, but if you're throwing 5-yard in routes all game, you don't really need you don't need an O-line. So.
That's a fact. I mean, so far, let's move on real quick because I want to talk about division standings. And so we've got Lucas obviously is leading the AFC East 5-1, or 6-1, going to be, or no, sorry, he's going to be 5-2 after advance with the force loss due to disconnect. I mean, that's kind of what we expected. I mean, all in all, top to bottom, the competition in that division is not great. Lucas is obviously good, so it's a combination of 2 things there. I don't think there's a lot to discuss. But moving over to the NFC East, we've got EA's just running away with it with the Redskins team. I mean, he's 6-1, and no one else is even 500 right now in that division.
I do want to say with the NFC East, we have a new member, Mark, who actually is one of the better players coming from GFML.
I saw we picked him up.
Yeah, he's always in the end, kind of AFC NFC championship. One of the better players in that league, and he's one of those really annoying man defense people that plays it all freaking game, and he does it really well. He absolutely mopped CG. Was it last night? I think it was like 24-0 or something.
Oh dang! Yeah, he made that's why CG's over at Dark Sides right now crying.
That's definitely why. And he paused the game like 6 times, probably.
Shocker.
I mean, that's just what CG does. Yeah, Goose, your connection's cutting in and out there, bud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're clear now. I think one of the more interesting divisions to look at, because I mean, I want to see what Mark does when he plays EA. But right now, it's looking like EA's got a chance to run away with that division. The AFC North, though, is looking like it's a pretty close race. We've got,
with the exception of Alec, who's honestly, he's kind of running away with it right now. Look at that shit though.
Yeah.
Tez is sitting at number 4 in the division. Can we talk about Tez again?
Hold on. Let's talk about Lockdown being 4-2.
Hold on. Let's. I'm gonna pull up the team schedule real quick, and we're gonna go over to the Browns and let's see. He good win versus Devo, I guess 17-16. Beat the Rams. That's also probably an okay win. Got a sim win versus me, and a win or a sim win versus the Niners. Okay. And just lost to Patron. So a couple of sim wins. He's 2-2 in games he's played. that's not bad, I guess.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I do expect Darkseid and Tez to both turn it on. Like, I think that division race is going to end up being close as it comes down to the wire.
Have you
You
guys
know,
played him yet? Has Alec played any division games yet?
Yeah, he beat me and Tez once apiece. So he beat me in the last, quarter. I had the
yeah,
ball.
when
I
you
had the
were,
ball down by
I mean,
3.
dude, you pulled a
Yeah,
fear. You
yeah,
pulled a me. You
I,
were,
I choked it in the end.
yes, you did.
Yeah, and he, Tez. I was watching some of the game he played against Tez. He got up early, and Tez playing with Mason Brewlock or something like that probably wasn't the easiest way to come back. Yeah. So he's 2-0 or 3-0 in the division right now. So he's got a good lead right now.
You tell CG to quiet down.
Yeah, of course he's sitting on my lap actually. So.
Yeah, I think that ends up being a pretty close race. I got to see more. Like, I mean, Alex doing his job right now. He's going out and winning every single game he's played. But it's not the first time we'll have seen Tez or Darkseid come off to a slow start, or the first time we've seen Alex come out hot. I think that ends up being a close divisional race at the end. I mean, we're about midway through the season roughly. So I wouldn't be surprised if by season end, I think we could see 2 playoff teams out of that division. I mean, that's a realistic situation.
It looks like week 17, me versus Tez could be a potential big game. So.
It definitely could. Moving on to the NFC North, I'm sitting at 2-4. I mean, Headline is sitting at 1-5 on the Lions. Goose is playing well. He's at 5-2, and then we've got Malice at 7-0. Now I've taken more than a couple forced losses while I was away. So, I've got a long way to go. I mean, Malice though is looking like the one to beat in the division.
Yeah, have you say through shameless self promotion here? I'm now 6-2 because I beat the shit out of D Nice last night.
Oh, nice, well done. Yeah, this is another division that I think we see 2 playoff teams out of. I think I'm probably, without some major fucking help, I'm probably out of the playoff race already, unfortunately. Just due to, I got a new job, had training guide to go to.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
Unlike CG, you have a job,
Fuck being an adult. But yeah, I see Goose and Malice both coming out of this. I'm not sure who's going to end up as the one. Have you played Malice yet, Goose?
I have not played him yet. I haven't played him for months now. I'm fully prepared for his ultra conservative attack, though. Should be a good game. I don't know. I tend to do okay against players like that, but sometimes I don't. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, moving on from there, we're going to the AFC South, where we've got Ice, Bearclaw, Ghost, Chris, and King Kuba. I mean, I don't know a lot about these players in this division, other than I don't think it's the strongest division in the league. Ice is doing well with the Titans and currently holds the lead by a game. I've been away from the league. What do you guys think? You've got to watch more games than me and see some of these games played. What are your predictions?
Ice Bearclaw has actually come on as of late. I believe he started something like 1-2 or something, and he's rattled off some wins now. So he's red hot. Ghost is doing about what I expected him to. Pretty much the whole division is actually. They're about where I expected them to be.
Yeah. So I think that the Titans said that he's going to have to go on autopilot here in the next week.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right.
So that hurts.
While he moves.
So Ghost is probably for sure coming in.
Yeah, if he's gone for 2 or 3 weeks.
I was surprised to see Ice beat Tex America, like put 50 on him. Something like 55-17. After Tex America, I think just beat Tez the week before. So I'm real happy with some of the talent that I guess
that Goose recruited.
And Honey Badger brought in. I think those
your son is happy too.
So, yeah. But yeah, we could probably move on from that division if you guys want.
Yeah. Let's so then we're going to the NFC South where we've got Tony G just crushing the division. Honey Badger and Joey KB not looking good, and then Jay looking like Jay's looked all mad. What are
Yeah, I'm
y'all's
not
thoughts on
sleeping
that
on.
division?
I'm not sleeping on Jay anymore. I mean, he got that asterisk Super Bowl win in Empire, but that just shows Jay can still be Jay. I think we were maybe in the first podcast we're kind of just overlooking him, maybe because he wasn't
I mean,
the
can you call it
dominant
overlooking?
Jay of old.
Can we call it overlooking when he's not leading his division though? I mean, I think we said that we thought he would come in first or second, but it's looking
Yeah.
like second's more likely than first right now.
Seems
Yeah,
to be coming
quite.
along. I
That's
mean,
yeah.
like,
It's a long season. We still got like 11 weeks or 10 weeks or something like that. Do you know if they played? Do you know if Tony G and Jay have played?
I don't think they have. Not that I recall.
But Jay just needs to get into the dance. And then he doesn't have Tez in the NFC anymore. So in my mind, even though he might be 4-3, not leading his division, also has to first make the playoffs.
Yep.
Jay can turn it on, but just as much as Tez can, just as much as anybody else can, type thing. So that's my.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can call it a sleeper pick, but maybe because he's 4-3, it's kind of a sleeper pick.
I don't know that I call it a sleeper pick. It's just I think from previous Maddens we're all used to Jay being like a dominant force in the leagues. I just don't know that he is that in this Madden. Now, he's got the ability to turn it on and play amazing, of course, but it's not quiet like Madden's have passed.
So let's see here. I mean, he lost to Malice week 1. He lost to CG week 2. And then, so that means he started off 0-2. And then he smoked the Colts, smoked the Titans, who's actually pretty decent. Then he lost to the Texans. Who's the Texans again?
Ghost.
So he took an L to Ghost. So yeah, he's been having a pretty up and down season so far. But I do want to talk a little bit more about this Tony G guy. Unfortunately, none of us really know him very well yet, which is probably why he's not getting a lot of words. But let's see who he's beaten so far. He has beaten 49ers, Panthers, both 0-6. Giants, Mets is 3-4 right now. Rams, he beat Mr. ATL pretty early, 45-14. He beat the Saints, Honey Badger 2-5, and he's beaten the Panthers again, who are 0-6. So if I'm being honest here, man, he hasn't really played anyone yet except for Mr. ATL.
Yeah, and Mr. ATL
he's
is
kind of like
pack,
he's kind of like Tony G's kind of like the Dallas Cowboys right now. Really good at beating up on bad opponents. Let's see what he does against people with winning schedules.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Iced Bear Claw coming up week 8. He's got, God, what a cake schedule. He's got Jay coming up later in the year.
What a cake schedule. He's got Jay twice on his schedule.
Once we see what he does versus Jay, and who else? Who else does he have?
I mean, honestly, outside of Jay, everybody else is like 0-6, 1-5. Like, Texans, he has Ghost. But outside Jay and Ghost, he's got a cake schedule left, man. Like, a nice
I guess he's got
3 games left against winning record teams.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice schedule to have. Moving on from there, though, we're looking at the AFC West, which is one of the closer divisions, with D-Nice now sitting at 6-2 after or is he 6-1 with his loss to you guys? So yeah, he's 6-2, and then you got Tex America coming in, who I've got to play pretty much right after we get off this call. Is right on his tail. D-Nice has been pretty solid this Madden. He hasn't had a ton of postseason success. I mean, did he make a Super Bowl out of the AFC?
Super Bowl.
D-Nice.
I don't think he made the Super Bowl.
I don't think he did, because he lost to Oz in the first one. He lost to me in the last one. I'm not sure about. There was 3, right? I'm not sure about.
Yeah, there was 3. I can't remember the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
He might have lost to Tez in the second one. So.
But I mean, he's been consistently like a top 6, top 7 player in the league. So that I want to see him in Tex America play. I'm going to get to learn more about Tex America here in just a little bit whenever we run our game. That's going to be probably one of the more fun divisions to watch down the stretch. I mean, D Nice
Yeah, I'm,
having the Chiefs is tough.
yeah, I'm
But
interested because Tex America seems like he beat Tez, and I think I was looking at the computer rankings, and he's way up in all the defensive categories, but it looked like he was very bottom tier on the offensive side.
Yep.
So I'm intrigued to if he's just a strong defensive player and mediocre offensively, or is it Philip Rivers is mediocre as heck? But he's got weapons on that team, you know.
for sure.
So yeah, I'd like to see how it is.
Yeah, I
I
mean, D
think
Nice when I
the
played him
game with
last
fear would be
night,
good.
he put up like almost 500 yards passing on me. The only reason he lost is because he was being overly aggressive, and I was stopping him in the red zone. But D Nice, that offense is by far the most difficult offense that I've faced this Madden, probably outside of that Cowboys offense Tez had. Ridiculous. I couldn't stop him all game.
Yeah, I mean that having McCall Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes. I mean, that's a lot of speed and a lot of weapons with a quarterback that can really drive the ball downfield.
Yeah, he uses it well too. He's one of the. I mean, he's the right player to have that team. I feel like he really does the Chiefs justice.
Yeah, I wish I'd had that team.
I think we all do.
I'm trying to turn the Bears offense into a superpower, but we'll see how that goes. Moving on to the NFC West, we've got a dumpster fire of a division. I mean, there's not a polite way to put it. El Patron, bro, 2-5, really in that division. You're 2-5. I mean, get your shit together, man. Come on.
Come
Yeah,
on.
who's the? Oh man, dear goodness. Well, FSU kind of quitting that hurt. Yeah, Patron gave me the Force win yesterday. His son acted up, so he could be 3-4, but that was very generous of him to give that to me. Who are the Cardinals? TK Sam. Oh yeah. And then Mr. ATL. I guess it's his
Who
division to lose as of right
I
now.
don't
Actually,
think
it's still
missed.
wide open. It's still wide
Yeah,
open.
it's still open. It's a rough division. Did Mr. ATL ever make the playoffs in our division, Goose?
He was like on pace in the last season before we folded
Yeah.
the league. But yeah, like I said, he was pretty middle of the tier pack. I remember I played him one time, and he gave me a tough game.
I
I
mean,
think I
he's not.
ended up pulling it out in the
He
end. But
he's a very solid player. This is one of the few players right now in the league that I'm very familiar with because he was in my division.
oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's a very solid player, but man, I don't know what it is. Like if you figure out kind of his style, he's not good at making adjustments on the fly. Now he'll change game to game, but in-game adjustments, I don't think he's great at. So if you start adjusting to what he's doing, you can really put the pressure on him. Goose, what
Yeah, that's
would your
actually a really
assessment
good.
be?
That's a really good assessment of him. I mean, there's certain types of players that you play in Madden where, they will kill other people with this kind of really well constructed and kind of more basic scheme. And then if you play a guy that knows how to defend that sort of thing, it can be rendered ineffective pretty quickly.
Yeah, and he can change it up from game to game because I've seen him play, and we'll play twice in like 4 weeks, and both games will be different. But within a game, it seems like he's kind of got his mind made up on how he wants to play that game, and then if you adjust to it, he's not good at making the counterpunch to what you've done.
He also has a lot of turnovers too. That's probably one of his weaknesses.
I would agree with that. At the end of the day, though, I think he wins that division. He's, like I said, it's not looking like a great division. I hope they come out and start beating everybody in other divisions and make me look stupid. But as it currently sits, I think that's one of the easiest divisions in the league.
Yeah, currently it is right now. Yeah. I don't know how this new guy is. I'm actually not familiar with this Oogie guy. He came from GFML. I don't really know him, and so hopefully he makes some noise.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Dude, my favorite thing is seeing new people come in and make noise. That's why I've been real happy with Lucas. Tony G's is looking like he hasn't played a whole lot of opponents, but he's looking like he could be good.
Yeah,
Ice
6-0 is
Bearclaw's
still
playing
6-0.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tex America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, who do you guys think has been the biggest surprise winner? Tez obviously takes the cake for like, holy shit, this dude just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, you're gonna make him leave the admin chat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give him some motivation.
Tez will be fine. He'll probably end up winning a ship or something. So.
Yeah,
probably.
Aside all my shit talking, I'm ragging on him. I know he's gonna finish, 11-5 still. So
you're right. The Dolphins. I mean, I played him week 1. I had no idea what I was doing with Lamar. I was impressed. Yeah, a little bit better. But I was surprised with his pass attack. His pass attack. I mean, Luck was throwing, perfect dots left and right. It didn't matter if I was playing man, zone, whatever. That stock Ravens defense has no pass rush though, so I'm definitely happy to pick up Ngakoue, pick up Ekubom. I just picked up Tack, trading some picks away. So that's helped me. But I mean, he still put 55 on me. Now, granted,
I was pretty impressed when I watched him play EA the other day, and what I was actually most impressed with was his ability to do user wide receiver catches. I don't know how he does some of the shit he does, but he was doing these weird possession catches everywhere, all over the field. But yeah, I was definitely impressed with him. He's definitely one of the surprises. I mean, for me, it's got to be Alec. He's a decent player. He's been decent for a little while now, but I did not expect a 7-0 run to start the season.
All
right. Last topic. Who you guys got in the big game matchup between EA and Malice?
I gotta go with EA. I'm trying not to be a Malice hater. He's solid. He makes the playoffs.
This is kind of like the real life NFL. When you see expert picks, they always tend to pick the offensive guy, right? They always want to pick the better quarterback and stuff. And those teams that win and don't do it in a very pretty way tend to get shammed a bit with predictions. But I have to agree with you, man. I like where EA is at right now, and I think EA is going to be able to put up some offense on him. I don't know if Malice can catch up.
All right, I'm going against Shaw. Malice, you heard it here first. I'm taking you to win this game versus EA. Bring this home. Make Goose and Darkside look stupid. Since I'm pretty much out of playoff contention, that'll be my solace on the season. Yeah, I think Malice pulls it off. I mean, offense has been stronger since they retuned the game. And the fact that Malice is putting up a good defense says something. So if he can continue to defend the ball well, just create 1 or 2 turnovers versus EA. EA can sometimes get a little predictable on offense. So if you can key off the plays that he likes to run, which Malice has done a good job. I mean, I've played Malice a couple times this year, and if he sees the same route or the same play for the 3rd time in a game, he's going to know what your tendency is. And so I think he's got an opportunity to generate some turnovers. If he can take care of the ball, I like him to win in a close game.
All right.
Well, boys, that's pretty much all we've got. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for putting up with CG crying in the background. We always appreciate your patience there. And we look.
Sleep, so.
I'm going to try and do that to Tex America here later on tonight. But anyways, LOD, we will see you next time. We'll tune in at least one more time this regular season, and we appreciate y'all listening, and good luck in your games next week.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.